Hello and welcome back to Mass Effect 2. Last time we finished our investigation into what happened with the murder mystery in Ilium. And this time around we need to wrap everything up and tell everyone that we have dealt with the issue. So, let's get back to it. So yes, Jose's datapad is right here. Interestingly enough, there are some options here. There's a Justicar here, probably looking for the one we sent off on the ML Demeter. I was happy to see her go. She chilled me to the bone. I just hope this Justicar doesn't mess up my operation. ML Demeter, you say? So that's where the fugitive went to, looks like. How convenient.
We believe this is the ship sought by the Justicar.
Should we head back to the police station and give her the name? Or look around first?
Well, the interesting part is that we can choose to look around.
We've got time. Let's look around some more.
And yeah, so there's not a whole lot of reasons to look around. But hey, we get to see the biotic effect on everyone, including Legion. That's hilarious. A biotic gap. But yeah, so we actually exit by using the door control to return to spaceport.
Return to the spaceport.
Let's go.
Still biotic. But yes, one thing I have to say that I really like about this mission is that both Legion and Thane get to say a lot of things. Quite unlike in most missions. But yes, so now that we know what happened... Also, hey, Niftukal is here.
I don't know what they put in me, but I thought I was... Well, you saw. Anyway, thank you, Shepard.
A biotic god. This guy is pretty amazing. Also spawned some memes. And there's Pitne 4, who we now know is quite involved in the whole process.
Thank you for removing the Eclipse threat, Earth Clan. It will take them months to rebuild their organization. Also, merely out of curiosity, when you were poking about, did you perhaps run across a shipping manifest that belongs to me?
Perhaps I may have, and that is quite incriminating.
You never know when something like this might come in handy.
If it might change your mind, Earth Clan, returning that manifest would be very profitable for you. If you give it to the detective, her reward will be a pat on the back.
In other words, you are trying a bribe, so that your illegal shipping is not discovered. No, that's not how it works. In fact, how about an alternative solution? I shoot you, and I take your money. But no. Let's just give the manifest to the detective. But first... Also, these guys are still talking. But first, talk to Samara.
I've got the name of the ship. Your fugitive left here 2 days ago on the AML Demeter.
Shepard, you impress me. You fulfilled your part of the bargain, and I will fulfill mine. am ready to leave immediately if that will satisfy your superiors, Detective.
You're free to go, Justicar. It has been an honor having you in my station. And it's nice you didn't kill me, too.
So yeah, we've heard that you're hunting an Ardat Yakshi.
The Eclipse smuggled an Ardat Yakshi off-world. She's who you're really after, isn't she?
You continue to impress. Yes, I was here tracking the Ardat Yakshi. She is a dangerous criminal, and I will bring her to justice. After your mission is complete, of course.
Alright. So indeed, that is the fugitive that she was talking about.
You're sworn to follow a code that dictates your decisions. But I'm running a military operation.
You wonder if I will refuse to follow orders because of my code?
I can't allow that to happen.
By agreeing to follow you, I am compelled to swear the most difficult of Justicar oaths, the third oath of subsumation. After I do, your orders will override the code. You should know, however, that I'll still give you my opinion if the situation warrants.
Fair enough. And that's pretty useful. And kind of convenient for Shepard, but hey. So, let's go.
The Normandy is docked near the main trading floor. I'll see you aboard.
I must be sworn to your service so that I am never forced to choose between your orders and the code. By the code, I will serve you, Shepard. Your choices are my choices. Your morals are my morals. Your wishes are my code.
I never thought I'd see a Justicar swear an oath like that.
If you make me do anything extremely dishonorable, I may need to kill you when I'm released from my oath.
Splendid. Well, that was pretty nice. So indeed, I'm honored.
I can see that this is a very important act, Samara. Thank you.
Truly, the life of a Justicar can get lonely. I admit I am looking forward to serving with a company of honorable heroes. Shall we return to your ship?
Yep, we are honorable heroes indeed. But I actually have business with an eye still.
I need to speak to the detective.
Thanks for getting Samara out of my district. I can tell my granddaughters about meeting a Justicar. And you've just upped my chances of living long enough to have grandkids.
Alright, well, guess what? I found the murderer.
I have proof that Eclipse killed the Volus merchant.
Let's see what you got there. Interesting. But I can't verify it. It would be inadmissible.
I vouch for Shepard, and any evidence he brings forward.
I accept the judgment of the Justicar. Thanks, Shepard. I wasn't sure about trusting a stranger, and a human at that. But you came through. It's a shame this Elnora escaped. But I'll get her. At least you put her on the run. Okay, enough with all the congratulations. I've still got a spiraling crime rate.
Alright, well... I'm not sure why the evidence would be inadmissible, though. Can't you just try and verify it by looking through what Eclipse had otherwise or something? I don't know. Anyway, Pitne 4 is a smuggler.
I have proof that Pitne 4 smuggled in red sand and illegal weapons tech.
I'll send in some officers to arrest him and his cohorts. This is a big help, Shepard. I can't do much to thank you, but we do have a small discretionary bounty fund. Take this.
Take that! Alright, so it was not just a pat on the back. Guess what? It is, though, about half of what Pitne 4 would have given us in a bride, but hey, whatever. He is now arrested, and that is fine. So, let's go back to the Normandy. That was abrupt. Experience gained 1,250, level earned 29, squad points gained 1. Recruited Samara for the team. New weapon, Scimitar Assault Shotgun. Scimitar is an elite military shotgun, featuring a different technology approach to Mass Effect generators. It is capable of rapid, semi-automatic fire. The stopping power comes at a cost of recoil. Manufactured by Ariake Technologies, its stopping power capabilities instantly made popular with various mercenary groups, but not so much with military. 25 per pellet, 8 pellets per shot, 40 shots before overheat, plus 1 stir clip. Wonder if hybrid combat changes this that much. Biotic damage, hyper amp. 6 out of 6, because that's plus 60%. And yeah, so we got quite a few credits, but not quite as much as we could have had, but that is fine. And got some platinum. So this cutscene also plays in full. Nice.
Welcome to the Normandy, Samara. We've studied your profile extensively. With your skills, I think you'll be an excellent addition to our team.
Thank you. From an organization such as yours, that is high praise indeed.
I've seen Samara's biotic powers at work. They're substantial.
We still don't know what we're gonna find when we hit the collectors.
I will be prepared for whatever we encounter.
Where shall we put you?
A room that looks out on the great empty void would be most comforting.
Put her in the observation room on deck 3.
Thank you. I must meditate on the day's events.
And there we go, research unlocked. So, we don't have much left to do. So, I will probably use this opportunity to make this a ship video and talk to some more people that we have here. So, first of all, indeed, biotic damage 6 out of 6. We can easily afford that. Next, why not talk to Morden? What has he been up to lately?
Shepard, how can I help?
Have you got a minute to talk?
Yes, good timing, in fact. Excellent. Made breakthrough. Can share results while next samples grow. Hate waiting for culture analysis. Never fast enough. Usually no result in advance. Just checking work. Have to be careful. Getting off track. Discovery. Based on Prothean collector connection, can examine technology, chart Reaper species modification, fall of Protheans.
Oh. More background on how Protheans became the collectors. Sure, I'm interested.
Tell me what happened.
Early stages similar to indoctrination. Can guess captured Protheans lost intelligence over several cloned generations. Cybernetic augmentation widespread afterward. As Protheans failed, Reapers added tech to compensate. Mental capacity almost gone, replaced by overworked sensory input transfers. Transmitting data to masters.
I guess that explains how they can get possessed by Harbinger. And I guess they act as spies automatically.
Is there anything we can do to help them?
No. No glands replaced by tech. No digestive system replaced by tech. No soul replaced by tech. Whatever they were, gone forever. Understand now? No art, no culture, closer to husks than slaves. Tools for Reapers. Protheans dead. Collectors just final insult. Must be destroyed.
What is it about the Collector's modifications that bothers you so much?
Disrupts socio-technological balance. All scientific advancement due to intelligence overcoming, compensating for limitations. Can't carry a load, so invent wheel. Can't catch food, so invent spear. Limitations. No limitations, no advancement. No advancement, culture stagnates. Works other way, too. Advancement before culture is ready. Disastrous. Saw it with Krogan. Uplifted by Solarians. Disastrous. Our fault.
You blame the Solarians for what the Krogan did?
Yes, like giving nuclear weapons to cavemen. Krogan unprepared for spaceflight, technological advance. Krogan could have evolved alone, worked out aggression, been ready to use new tech responsibly. Instead, Solarians came, disrupted Krogan culture, used Krogan as blunt instrument against Rachni. Short-sighted. Foolish.
Well, I guess that just reminds him of this whole debacle about Krogan.
If you feel that way, why did you work on the genophage modification?
Talked before. Best option. That, or kill them all. If around during first contact, would have argued against it. Wasn't there then. Do what I can.
Yeah, basically. Okay, we talked about this already. No need to repeat all the arguments. So what's your motivation?
I didn't think you needed any more motivation than you already had to stop the Collectors.
Enjoyed challenge. Saw necessity of attack on Collectors after Plague on Omega. Their work, my people. Hard to care about two armies. One wins, one loses. Always work to do after. Now, have more context. See what Collectors are. Wasn't looking for other work before. Don't mean to imply that. Just committed now. Won't let you down.
Yep. Since he is loyal, well, now he also understands what the Collectors are, and that means probably it's good to go to the suicide mission with Morden. Also, interest in art?
You said the Collectors had no art. I had no idea you cared about that kind of thing.
Personal interest negligible. Sang a little. Multi-species productions for cultural exploration. Gilbert and Sullivan always had me do the patter songs. But not about me. Cultural artistic expression reflects philosophical evolution, interest in growth, perspective, observation, interpretation. Suspect you won't see any art in Collector base. Culturally dead. Tools for Reapers. Worse than the Geth.
Well, it's true that there's no art per se in the Collector base, but to be honest, their architecture and so on does look pretty impressive, and we would find it as sort of art. But I digress. Also, you sang.
I'm sorry. I know that was important, but you performed Gilbert and Sullivan?
I am the very model of a scientist Solarian. I've studied species Turian, Asari, and Batarian. I'm quite good at genetics as a subset of biology because I am an expert, which I know is a tautology. My xenoscience studies range from urban to agrarian. I am the very model of a scientist Solarian.
That also spawned a meme.
Thanks for sharing what you've learned, Morden.
Proud to be here, Shepard. Thank you for including me.
I don't know what this Gilbert and Sullivan is, but that is pretty hilarious. And while we're here, we can also talk to Jacob.
Commander, can I help you with something?
I'm more interested in just talking for a bit.
Sounds good. I could use some downtime. There's always something, right? The way some people talk, we may as well be dead already. Hard for the crew to relax on this kind of job.
Well, I mean, the ship does have a bar, so this is a moot point. So how are you doing?
You alright, Jacob? It's gotta be rough finding out about your father on top of everything else.
I covered this. The stuff we're dealing with, way more important than any of my personal shit. Let it go, Shepard, I have.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
You got it, Jacob. You say you're focused, that's good enough for me.
I appreciate it. Once the real problems are out of the way, we can drown the little stuff in a bar somewhere. Bore a dancer with it.
Sure, they love that kind of thing.
Sometimes you just need someone to smile and nod while you talk. But that's a long way off. The numbers say we've got a lot of dying to do first. Always on the wrong side of the odds, huh, Shepard?
I don't know. We tend to beat the odds, whatever they are.
It's all guesswork until we're done. No point in worrying.
Never been one to worry. I'm just a realist. Anyway, I need to get back to work. Good talking to you.
Alright. So, then we also have the opportunity to ask Joker here about his opinion on our new recruit, since he tends to comment on all recruitment missions, although not all loyalty missions, oddly enough.
So, Commander, even your Asari are trained killers? Get everyone at the same store or something?
I mean, that's kind of our job, you know? Also,
What do you think about the people we're picking up?
Well, about the ones you went out with last. Having Legion around is just begging for a rifle up your ass without the sweet talk. And Thane seems like the strong, sensitive, murdering type. You know, those are always great to have around, a real cuddler. It's just my opinion, though. There's really no need to go spreading it around.
alright.
That's it for now.
See you, Commander.
Well, we also need to check messages. And then off to doing the next thing. So, also, right, in our team status, now we have a full set. And only 2 people are not loyal yet. There are new messages from Admiral Darozen Vasmore. Shepard was Normandy. I've been digging through the LRI. Just wanted you to know that I did find a few things from the experiments Real Zora was conducting. Had you shared them with me, humanity might have reaped the benefits. Instead, once my own experiments are complete, you and your people will watch from a distance as the Quarian people reclaim not just their homeworld, but the largest synthetic army in the galaxy. Rail Zora's deaths will not have been in vain. I will complete what he started. Cordially, Admiral Darozen Westmore. Well, good luck to you, Zen. John quite agrees with your view, so, yeah, more power to you. Humans kind of have no stake in that altogether, so. And anyways, let's go to the crew's quarters. Because, obviously, the next thing that we are going to do is the last of our available loyalty missions. So, yeah, let's do that last. More importantly, there's the starboard observation deck that is now open. And with that, all of the rooms that we could have open, we have open. This is indeed just an observation deck with books, including this book. This pile of books, question mark.
What's this area of the ship?
This is one of the ship's observation decks. They provide a sweeping outside view for off-duty personnel.
This room is a structural weakness. Any transparent material is weaker than our armor.
The elusive man predicted you would object. In combat, the observation rooms are sealed and depressurized. Sheets of ablative armor are extended to cover the windows.
Well, sorry about that, Samara, but looks like in case of a combat situation, you will have to get out of this room. Oh well.
Shepard.
Well, looks like Samara is meditating, but also aware of our presence. So,
How do you think our mission is going?
We've made real progress. We know our enemy now. Soon the time will be right, and we will bring the fight to them. I will be by your side to the end, Shepard.
do you even know what our mission is? I guess someone briefed you or something.
What are your impressions of Miranda and Jacob?
Jacob is an earnest young man. Events will either forge him into a great man or utterly destroy him.
That sounds great.
Miranda is undoubtedly a hard woman. I respect her strength and determination. She carries many burdens and doesn't share them with others, as it should be.
Yeah, that's interesting to know, but yeah, it does not bode well for Jacob if things destroy him. But hopefully that's not going to happen. And alright. Also, I'm not sure if it should be that you don't share your burdens with others, but hey. Also upgrades.
Do you have any suggestions about using some of the resources we've gathered?
I believe I can use some of them to increase our fuel reserves so we can explore further. Shall I tell you what is required?
Well, that sounds interesting, but actually this is one of the rare cases where saying yes actually just cuts everything off. So indeed, maybe later is a better option.
Not right now.
Of course.
How are you?
I've spent much of the last 400 years on my own. It is nice to have a colleague to chat with. I may be rusty at it, however. If you are patient, I would love to talk.
Alright, so how do you know about our mission?
How much do you know about our mission?
I know that I've sworn an oath to follow you, and that you seek to destroy the Collectors. That is enough for me.
You seem to know much more than that. Also not curious?
You don't want to know why the Collectors need to be fought?
When you live by a code that compels you to harsh action, you learn the dangers of curiosity. If I must kill a man because he has done wrong, do I really wish to know that he is a devoted father?
Maybe not, but that should not really matter. Given our vigilante views. But hey, also, what's your idea about Cerberus?
What do you think of Cerberus?
I've heard rumors, but learned long ago to form my own impressions. There is too much room for interpretation in the opinions of others.
Why were you willing to work for Cerberus when you didn't have first-hand knowledge?
I work for you, Shepard. Our methods may be different, but our goals are not.
Thank goodness, at least there's someone who agrees with us in that Cerberus is not actually running the whole thing. We are.
I'd like to hear more about the criminal you were chasing on Nos Astra.
I hope you will understand if I wish to avoid this topic. It is deeply tied to my code and beliefs. You might say it is personal.
Okay. But that sounded like you are following some sort of demon criminal. But okay. Also, something tells me that this will become a thing. So, it could affect the mission, you know?
I need to know if this will impact the mission.
It will not.
Oh, really? Alrighty then, if you say so.
I should get back to work.
It has been my pleasure, Commander.
Okay. So, continuing on. Yeah, this is still empty, obviously. Thane. Do you have anything new to talk about?
Do you need something?
Have a few minutes to talk?
Very well. I had been recording a message for Kolyat.
How are things going with him?
It is difficult. All things worth keeping are. I never explained. I suppose the story of my wife's death took you by surprise.
I figured you'd explain to me when you were ready.
I appreciate your patience. I kept my work clear of our home life. I assumed that would be enough to protect Erica. That memory I mentioned before. Laser dot trembles on the target's skull. The smell of spice on a spring wind. Sunset eyes defiant in the scope. That was Erica. That was how I met her. She saw my targeting laser as she walked by and threw herself in the way.
Okay, so that's the continuation of that story.
I guess she impressed you.
She woke me up. Her body trembles. Not fear. Indignation. Her mouth moves. How dare you? You and I trained to sacrifice ourselves to save others. How often does a civilian step in the way of a bullet to protect someone they've never met? I thought she was the goddess Hirashu. She met my eyes through the scope, and my purpose faltered.
So how did she go from blocking your shot to having your children?
I had to meet her. The memory possessed and endowed me. I fell on my knees before her, begged her pardon. She introduced me to the world beyond my work. Eventually, she forgave me. Later, she loved me.
You were kind of just doing your job. Not sure why that needs forgiveness, but okay.
When you talked to Kolyat, you said she died.
I let myself become complacent. I thought Erica and Kolyat were safe. I stayed away too long, and my enemies came for her.
Who came for her?
Batarians. A slaver ring that was preying on Hanar outer colonies. I'd killed their leaders. They paid the Shadow Broker to find out who I was. But they were afraid of me. So they went after her.
Oh. Okay, that's a bit unfortunate.
You're a smart man, Thane. You didn't take precautions?
I did. I should have done more. I knew my family was vulnerable. I accepted my death when I was 12. Nothing could make me accept theirs. My body hunted her killers, murdered them. I was taught to grant death quickly, cleanly, to minimize suffering. Them, I let them linger.
I'm not sure about that. Taking them out makes sense. Letting that linger? I don't know. I not choose that option with Valak. But hey, in those situations, perhaps I would agree.
I don't blame you. They killed innocents to get to you.
For you and me, death is business. For people like them, it is sport. I haven't spoken about my wife, and I don't think I ever have. I didn't have anyone left to tell it to.
Thane, the worst thing is to face death with regrets. You're part of my crew, and I consider you a friend. If there's anything I can help you with, just ask.
I've never been part of a team. Assassins tend to be solitary. I'm learning the virtues of facing death with others at your side. It's a work in progress.
Right, both Renegade and Paragon points. And we don't have a lot more people left. So yeah, there's a bar. Right there, you know. I'm guessing that that line was written before the DLC was done, so they didn't actually have this room modeled back then. That would explain the dialogue, but hey.
So quiet around here. I miss the crew. I'm really glad you got Tali out of trouble with the migrant fleet. It's hard to see her upset. Good thing you broke up that catfight between Jack and Miranda. I was afraid they'd tear a hole in the hull. I usually travel hidden away in cargo bays. It's nice to be able to look out a window for a change. Come back later. I'm sure I'll have more to talk about.
Alright, so that's Kasumi's views on things. And that is about it.
Commander, what can I do for you?
You have a minute, Miranda?
Always. I'm dealing with a few loose ends for Cerberus. We haven't had much free time lately. But I haven't forgotten our earlier discussion. I think we're crazy, but I haven't forgotten. Assuming you're still interested.
Oh, I'm definitely interested.
Glad to hear it. I'll be by the next time things are quiet.
Alright, just checking in. And, Legion. Legion.
Shepard, Commander.
I'd like to find out more about you.
We are building a consensus. Please try again later.
So, mining again. Alright.
I have to get back to work.
Acknowledged.
Yep. Legion has nothing else to say. Which is fair enough. So, that will be all for now, and next time we will talk to Garrus, and perhaps do his loyalty mission. See you all then. Later.